Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. I could not be any more excited to welcome these two people because I love them. I've known them for years, and can I just say, reunited and it feels so good. See?
He wanted me to sing. I'm a really good singer.
Because as long as I've known you, I've tried to get you to sing with me, and you won't do it.
There's a reason for that. There is a reason for that. I'm going to leave the singing to you, and maybe even this guy.
Yeah, it's of course you know who they are. Ethan and Sarah Forhetz with Convoy of Hope. As long as I've known you two, I've known your hearts. I've known the work you do in our community. So when I heard you were going to Convoy of Hope, I was like, no brainer. Sarah, how is it going? And tell our viewers about Convoy of Hope.
It is amazing. The work that they do, I mean, we know them mainly from disaster response because that's in the news capacity, how we always covered them at flooding and earthquakes and hurricanes. But to get to know what they do outside of disaster season, they have an agriculture program across the globe where they go and teach farmers how to farm their land, like what is indigenous to them, so that they can pull entire communities out of poverty. Which is amazing. They have a women's empowerment program where they teach women how to make clothing, make beads, make sandals, run a restaurant, so that the woman can be empowered and then pull her community and her family and her own children. She's then feeding her own kids. It's incredible, the work that they do.
And Ethan, too, we were talking before, you know, people come up and say, well, what do you do in the community? Well, really, you're helping the world, not just our community, but the entire world.
Well, it starts here, and then we move out from here. Last year, obviously, 2020 was a tough pandemic year, but Convoy of Hope was able to feed 387,000 children every single school day around the world, which is a staggering number when you think about it. Last year, we were also able to provide 200 million meals to people, mostly in this country, but also some around the world. So yeah, it starts here, and this is a big part of that. We appreciate what you guys are doing, partnering with Price Cutter to be able to bring hope to people, and we're finding that more people locally need the help on a regular basis. So we're happy to be a big part of that.
And do you find, like Price Cutter, we have this food, this is going to go directly to our local community, which I know you're a huge part of. When you're working at Convoy, is the local aspect just as important as the global when you're taking everything into consideration, like when you're working? Because I know, Sarah, you have to travel quite a bit being the spokesperson for Convoy. So are you seeing the same situation in other communities that we're seeing right here in Springfield?
For sure. I mean, you think, you know, in some regards, like, oh, the pandemic is dying down, things are returning back to normal, and they are somewhat. Yeah. But the need for feeding is still there. One good thing that came out of COVID is we learned some new processes and ways to deliver food to people that we didn't previously know because everyone was learning some new tricks, and it turned out to be a good thing. So because of what we fed in 2020, domestically, we have now better systems in place to go help those same communities that are still struggling.
So if there's a silver lining, to COVID, at least
still an if.
Still an if. Still an if. Also, do you accept, you know, I always pass by the big Convoy building. I see it, Convoy of Hope, right across. Do you need volunteers? How does somebody locally get involved with Convoy? Because I know a lot of people out there have huge hearts and they want to help.
2020 was a rough year for volunteers, so we had to shut a lot of that down, but our volunteers are back up and running now. Tuesday nights we have what's called Hands of Hope, where they can go to our World Distribution Center there, basically on Chestnut. That's where you see it. It's technically on Patterson. But you can go there, and we did that a few weeks ago, and it was a super cool experience because the people are fun. And what you do is you pack boxes full of whatever items are needed that'll be sent out later in that week or the next week. So that night we were there, we were packing up baby supplies, diapers and shampoos for single moms who need.
Cute diapers.
Yeah, it was super cute. So it was a lot of fun. It was a party atmosphere, and you know, you felt at the end of the night after 2 hours like you accomplished something to help people.
I'm curious, Sarah, because I know you have your 3 babies who are adorable, and you're such a good mama. I've been to your house. I've seen the interaction. Is it hard? I know you have such a big heart. Is it hard to see some of the people suffering? Because I know that would be the part of the job I would not want to see, is because you see that struggle.
Yes. Oh, we were just in Tanzania, my 11-year-old daughter and me, and we visited one of the schools that Convoy supplies food to. And yeah, I mean, and for her to see it at age 11, how people live all around the world, and again, even domestically, there's people in that dire of situations. So to come alongside them and to watch how, if you are feeding a kid, their whole education system changes because then they can think straight. Mm-hmm. It's like taking it, you know, before you take the big MAP test or ACT test, they're like, make sure you eat a good breakfast. It's because there's something to that.
Right.
You know?
There's something about hunger and having functioning properly so we can concentrate and do good on a test. I mean, it goes hand in hand.
Yum.
We have one story on our website. If you go to convoyofhope.org and go to news and stories, there's a story there about this young man, Chege. And he grew up without any food, didn't know how he was going to get food, and it's a story of redemption through Convoy of Hope, and he ended up becoming a teacher.
That's amazing. Okay, people want more information. How do they get in touch with you?
Convoyofhope.org. That's the best place to go.
I tell you what, Convoy of Hope, a great organization. Come to Price Cutters today and donate as soon as you can.